All right, so these next, I want to say three topics. These next three topics, I was going to do three separate stories on them, but I think I'm going to talk about them all at once because they're all related to the Rise of Skywalker. And let's just talk about Episode 9 for a little while. During D23, they released the first art poster for Episode 9. It's a poster. That's about all I can say about it. It's people are excited about it because it shows the Emperor on it, and it's just a poster. It could be a poster of Rey kicking a puppy, and I'm still gonna go see the movie. It's not tempering, or it's not building my excitement any more than I already am. Than it already is. I'm already going to go see this movie, but the poster is. I mean, it's cool. It's cool to actually see that the Emperor is going to be his classic self, right? But there's something off about the poster, and I can't figure out what it is. I don't know if it's... I don't know, because some of the art posters for, like the one for Episode 7 looked really classic. It looked like it belonged on the cover of one of the special edition cassette tapes for the classic trilogy. The one for The Last Jedi was just like the white poster with the red Rey holding the lightsaber up. It was art with Luke and Kylo's faces, right? That was cool. And this one is along those same lines. It falls right in line with those other posters. And like I said, it's just a poster. The one I'm really kind of looking forward to is the main poster for the movie, because I'm going to want it to complete my poster collection. But this, it doesn't give anything away. The only thing it gave away was that the Emperor is physically going to be in the movie. That you're going to see him the way you remember him from Return of the Jedi. That's really the only thing that I really wanted to say about the poster. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not as enthusiastic about it as a lot of other people are. However, the only thing that does make me excited is that knowing that the poster has been released just means we're that much closer to the release of the film. So I am excited about that. What we really want to talk about, though, with the Rise of Skywalker is this D23 special look that they released. I was at work when this thing dropped. And the problem nowadays, right, with YouTube videos is they take the biggest part of a trailer like that, like the big moment out of it, and they make that the thumbnail on every single damn video. So by the time you're trying to look it up to do a reaction, you already see one of the big spoilers in it. And the video and the image they used off of this is the Rey with the double-bladed lightsaber. So, with that being said, I was expecting, when it says a D23 special look, I was expecting like a behind-the-scenes thing, like what we got with Force Awakens, with Rogue One, with Last Jedi. I was expecting like a behind-the-scenes thing, right, where some of the directors were talking, they play some cool music, show maybe a couple of scenes being filmed or something like that. This is a full-blown trailer. And somebody told me that on Messenger before I got a chance to watch it. And they're like, this is a trailer. I'm like, it's not a trailer. Last week I was just telling people, the next trailer's not coming until October. I don't know why you're begging for a trailer out of D23. All right, I'm eating my words. There's a trailer. This thing was nothing shy of a trailer. And this is everything a trailer for Episode 9 should have been. It showed the first half, it was all scenes from the other 6, 7, 8 movies building up to it. I do believe, however, they should have shown the scenes in chronological order, episodes 1 through 8 instead of 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. I think they should have shown. I get what they were doing. They were going for this is how it's gone through our lives. We started here in 77. Now this is where we're ending up. But it would have been nice if you're ending the story to start it with episode 1 and then lead up. But anyway, I'm not going to complain about it. It was still great the way they pulled it off. But I really thought it was just going to be a sizzler reel, and it turned out to be a trailer. And it was cool hearing Palpatine's voice, hearing Ian McDermott as Palpatine again. 3PO with the red eyes is kind of weird. Kirsty, I showed the trailer to Kirsty for the first time, and the first thing out of her mouth was that 3PO? I didn't recognize him because of the red eyes. And I just kind of looked at her like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm marrying you. But then obviously Rey with the red saber, right? So going into the video reaction I did of that, I already knew Rey had her red lightsaber. But I didn't know in what context it was, because the image I saw was just her with a double-bladed saber. I didn't know the sucker was going to hinge down, right? which isn't a new design for a lightsaber either. We saw that in Clone Wars with General Krell. I think he had 2 of them. I think he had a blue one and a green one. So it's not a new design. So anybody saying, oh, let's just come up with new designs for every movie, it's not a new design. So whatever. But it was a good trailer. It was really good trailer. It's going to put asses in seats, which is what a trailer is meant to do. You know, and whether you love Last Jedi or whether you hate it, you have to admit there are people on the opposite side. If you hated it, you have to admit there's people that liked it. If you liked it, you have to admit there's people that hated it. The fan base is split, and hopefully this is something that will bring that fan base back together. I'm hoping to God it is. I'm hoping that Episode 9 comes out, and after we watch it, we go back and watch Episode 8 and go, oh, I don't know what it's going to do that, but I'm hoping that something along those lines comes, you know? But I ask you guys, I ask you on YouTube and I ask you on Facebook, I put a poll out on each of them. Did you think that Rey was actually going to turn to the dark side in this movie? Or is it a classic misdirection? Kind of like what we saw in the trailer for The Last Jedi, where we, you know, Rey saying, I need someone to show me my place and all this, and you see Kylo hold his hand out. Is it a misdirection like that? Or is she really going dark? I ask you guys on the poll and on YouTube, 92% of you said misdirection, 8% of you said Rey is actually going to go dark. On Facebook, on the same poll, 80% of you said misdirection, 20% of you said she is going to turn to the dark side. Some of the comments from a couple of you guys concerning that poll on Facebook, there was a comment from, guys, you know I'm not good with names, so please forgive me if I butcher your name. Usef Wally, I think is how you pronounce it. He says, as fun as that would be to see her go dark, it's just an advertisement teasing us into endless debates. That being said, I'm undoubtedly going to debate still. YouTube user The Gong Farmer commented and said 100% misdirection. Lucasfilm isn't going to turn their flagship character evil in the final movie. I'm completely in agreement with you. This is... Look, they've built Rey up, right? Throughout the last 2 movies as the hero to a bunch of little girls. Growing up, showing that, you know, Disney's made it a point to focus on women of Star Wars. They've come out with books. They did the Forces of Destiny series. They've made the main protagonist in the last, 3 out of the 4 films they've made female, between Rey in episode 7 and 8, and then Jyn Erso. That they've made it a point to put female in leading roles. You're not going to take your main female character that little girls dress up as and go to Disney World. You're not going to take that character and flip her onto the dark side. You're not going to do it. You know how tragic that would be to a bunch of... You know how many little girls are going to be crying around this world if they sit there and watch Rey turn to the dark side? It's never going to happen, all right? So that was either a vision, which I'm leaning very heavily towards. Clone, maybe she was possessed. I don't know. It's not the Rey. So you can disagree with me all you want, though. That's fine. Let me know in the comments below. I want to know what you guys have to say about Rey turning to the dark side. What did you think of that wicked saber? And if you notice, the blades on that saber had the cracked crystal the same way Kylo's saber was. So it's probably a vision. She's probably looking in a reflection of something. I don't know. But anyway, that's what you guys had to say about it. Before we get off of the Rise of Skywalker train, though, I want to talk about this theory for a minute. Because this is something... Yesterday I was at work, and I was watching the D23 special look again. And I'm sitting in the grain elevator, and I'm watching this thing. And a couple of shots stood out to me, and I said to myself, I've seen this before. I've seen this before. Where have I seen some of these shots before? All right, so here, I want to show you the shots that stood out to me. For those of you listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anything like that, I'll tell you what the shots are. The shots of all the Star Destroyers lined up in this trailer with the lightning storm behind them, and the shot of a giant red, almost looks like super weapon beam crashing into a planet. Those are the shots that stood out to me, and I kept looking at them, and I kept going, I've seen this before. Where have I seen this? I know I've seen this before. I came home, and I started thinking about it, and I couldn't place it. And then it dawned on me. I had to go way back to 2015. I had to go back to 2015 into some canon material that came out then. And as soon as I tell you the name of the comic, some of you are going to go, I see where he's going with this. I went back to the Shattered Empire comic and Operation Cinder that we saw in Shattered Empire. We heard a lot about it in Alphabet Squadron. We saw it in the Battlefront 2 campaign. And if you look at all these pictures and compare them and some of these comic stills and you look at what's going on, for those of you that don't know, Operation Cinder was the Emperor's final order and the event of his death and the fall of the Empire to wipe out rebellion, to make an example of other planets. So he had these satellites that would surround these planets and shoot red beams, plasma beams, at the planet and cause these massive storms to form, lightning storms, and to wipe out all the life on the planet. And that's exactly what it looks like is happening in the trailer for The Rise of Skywalker in the special look. I swear up and down that this is going to be, and we've heard rumors that the Emperor is going to have a super weapon in episode 9, and everybody's like, oh god, it's going to be another Death Star. No, I'm convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt that it is going to be Operation Cinder. And I was already like 90% sure. I posted the screenshots to the Facebook page for the Star Wars Canon Podcast. I think a couple of people saw it, and then I went back to look, and the post was gone. I didn't delete it. I know that Nick Albers didn't delete it. I know Richard J didn't delete it. It's gone. I cannot figure out what happened to that post. I've tried posting it again. It won't let me post it. It will not let me post those pictures. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just some weird coincidence that those images aren't being uploaded and allowed to be seen. Or am I being stopped from putting this out there? I don't know. Maybe I'm just maybe the conspiracy theorist in me is going crazy, but I swear, man, this is Operation Cinder that we're seeing in the trailer for episode 9. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm off my rocker? Do you think I'm onto something? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. If you think I'm crazy, tell me. If you think I'm batshit, tell me. You're not going to hurt my feelings, all right? So just let me know what you guys think about it, all right? But that is really everything.